Alright guys, we have been working on this Canister Feather Damascus challenge, and I want you guys to get a look at just how massive this billet is and what you're going to expect when you're doing this. Now I got hung up on that on the weld up there, and it's just really big. Like you can see, this is at the max. I had to wiggle that in there. I didn't think it was going to fit. If I had pressed down any more, it wouldn't have fit in there. And this is at the max of my current setup with this press. Now I could make those dies a little bit deeper cut, a little bit lower profile. You know, they may not hold up as well, but I could fit maybe a 3.5, maybe 4-inch by 4-inch can in there at that point. But yeah, this was just ridiculous, and you know, it was fun. It was great. Loved it. You know, it was all good. But yeah, it was big, and I keep on thinking, well, I got to do like, I could be even possibly, you know, 6 more of these things before I get it right. You know, lots of steel in this. You know, it took about a half a can of powder doing it the way I did it. A half can per can, so basically a full can of powder to do this. And the process of getting it in there, I think, is how what I used is good. You guys will see it here January 11th coming out in episode 2. But I'm not saying it's not the end all be all. I don't think it's necessarily the you know, the way that it's going to get the pattern we want, but it could be. It could be. You know, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, this can was really big. I knew it was big. I mean, when I put it in the forge, I was like, holy shit, this can is big. You know, and there's a couple times in the video where I'm like, this can is huge. You know, it's the biggest one I've ever done. It gets a little easier as you press it down, obviously. Lid starts to come off here pretty soon, and the main reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this is that those that are doing the canister challenge by 2 inches, you know, or a little bit above that, that's what I need my billet to be, so that when I cut this, a sliver or a slice off of this lengthwise, I'm going to have a good piece of steel that I can then go and make a knife out of, or make a dagger out of. You know, if it's not the right pattern that I want, definitely make knives out of it. You know, we're not going to waste any of this steel, obviously, but this is just one of those deals to where the can came off before I had it down to the size I wanted, and according to the rules, it says you're done. As soon as it comes out of the can, you can't do anything more to it. But that doesn't make any sense. If it's not to where you need it to be, but you're not doing any more forge welding per se on it, you know, you should, I think at least, you need to get it down to the size you need it to be. And I wanted to let you guys know that if this happens to you, by all means, take the can off and get it down to the size. I mean, this is a normal size can right now that we start out with, pretty close. You know, it's not, that's not 2x2 yet. That's like probably 2.5 by 2.5, right? And we're probably welded right now, but taking it down in by a full third is definitely the way to go, to make sure that it is completely solidified and you're not going to have any issues with it. Because, you know, and then obviously in the next, you know, if you have a press to where you can do it, press it down vertically, like I'm going to have to go probably a much shorter can, like a 4-inch can, 3 inches wide by 3 inches square by 4 inches tall, so I can get a vertical heat in, right? And that's just to help solidify those layers down. You know, that's my thinking, is what I'm probably going to have to do in the next one is to go a shorter can, same diameter or same dimensions, you know, as the 3x3, but 2 inches shorter. So that's what I'm thinking. And this comes off. You can start to see. You can actually start to see that cap move in an opposing direction to what the press. So the metal's pushing out, and that can kind of moves off its own plane. You can see it starting to come off right here in areas. And I was hoping it would just hold for the entirety of this press. It almost did, but we weren't lucky enough to, you know, get it to hold the whole time. So it's only going to take probably 1 or 2 more heats and to get it down to size, and so we'll be good, you know. But yeah, I want you guys to have a lot of fun with this, you know, really get out there and play and you know, experiment with stuff. Don't, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, a good thing to go out there and hit it right out the gate. Hit that pattern that you're looking for right out the gate. You know, I mean, it's good, but what's the fun in that, right? You know, this is we need to experiment, push the envelope a little bit, and, you know, see where it's going to be at. You know, that's the objective, at least. And I think with this build, this challenge especially, it's really going to test the limits of what people can do with their individual setups. But like I said, those of you that have the bigger presses, man, kudos to you. This is the biggest build that I can do. There's the lid that's come off right now. You can see the can really moving around the billet right now. It's just moving around it. It's not really doing anything but kind of sandwiching back and forth. So